What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Raven with a Mind to Grandmaster. In the last episode, we started fantastically by absolutely dunking on a Grandmaster Terran, followed by the classic, really throughout all of these challenges that I'm doing, getting absolutely dunked on by a mass Roach player. We're definitely going to have to work on that weakness, but we are doing well. Just got to keep staying consistent. Let's begin. First game of the day is against a Master Terran player, similar to the last episode where we got a Terran for the first game. Now, this map, let's see. How good is this map really going to be? I do typically, yeah, I think I explained it in the last Ling Infestor episode as well. It's very similar for a lot of these challenges where I just prefer to play on big maps. Because the shorter the map, the faster and the harder you get attacked. And yeah, you're not that likely to defend really hard early attacks when you can only make a certain unit set, right? Now, this map, it is big, but it's not necessarily super easy to defend when you're only defending with planetaries, right? Let me show you an example. The first three bases, super easy. These are the only two entrances, right? But if you take the fourth base, then all of a sudden you can get attacked from here and here through these rocks and from the top. There are siege positions everywhere. Though I guess maybe the map is big enough to make that good enough for us. Now, in the last episode of a Raven with mine, where we played a TVT, I went for Marines instead of making a Reaper right away. Now, that game we actually got quite lucky because our opponent was doing Proxy Reaper and I just had my Marines in time, which was really nice. But I think I want to try it again. I just want to see if there's something I can improve about my build. Like, we really have been struggling around this Grandmaster line all the time. We broke Grandmaster MMR in the last episode, but we also dropped right below it again after losing to a guy making mass roaches. So, yeah, we still need to figure out how to be a little better. This challenge will never end until I have either actually failed after a million episodes or if I manage to be Grandmaster MMR consistently. I would say that 5k for me is going to be the line to know that I've officially completed the challenge. No warp get to Grandmaster. We have already reached 5k. And in this challenge, we are yet to reach it. And that's really where, I will feel like it has been a success. Now, just your monthly reminder, guys, that I do actually give away the replays of all these games. I have finally been posting them nicely and consistently in the Discord. So if you're a YouTube member or a patron, you can actually get those. So if you're actually wondering or ever wondering how can I get the replays, also give them away, all you have to do is be a YouTube member or a patron. You can find them in the Discord. I'm a bit of a man of habits, and I never really found like a good way to do it like consistently, but recently I have. Every time I finish filming one of these episodes, I immediately put them in the right folder, and then I just remind myself on Mondays, started a new week to actually release those. And ever since I started doing that, I have been able to, which is a small thing, of course, but I'm actually pretty happy with it because I've struggled with that before. Sometimes I would forget for a month to do a freaking replay pack, and then I would feel bad about it. And now, I think only once I skipped a week because in that week we only did, that was actually 2 weeks ago, I believe. We only did one extra GM episode. Didn't exactly want to release just, one, like, I think it was 2 replays only, like 2 replays in the whole replay pack. So I actually waited for 1 week to release the double. But that's enough talk. We haven't seen anything yet from our opponent, which always scares me a little bit. I guess this is the big down. Actually, I didn't think about this, but if this reactor finishes, like, I made the Marines early on. I saw a Reaper there. I made the Marines early on for the defense against a potential Reaper. Doesn't mean that I can't make a Reaper later on as well, right? So what I could do is I could make a Marine and a Reaper from this reactor. That is, I was going to say good movement by him, but it seems like he didn't intend to check if I had Marines on the high ground. He just shift-clicked it a bit awkwardly. If you want to check a high ground against Reapers, doesn't really matter what race you are. You can, or for any units, you can just send your units below here and then click them back right away. And that way you'll be able to tell if there's Reapers waiting for you or not. Now, recently I've been playing the double proxy star or double starport, of which one was proxied in TVT. That worked out really well. But I think I'm just going to go for the double at home this time. Once again, I really just like to switch things up. That is a Cyclone that is moving on the map very bravely. Hopefully, it might actually catch this Reaper, so I have to be careful with that. I'll just send it a little bit around. Now, if he gets, I think I might have to make a bunker, honestly, because if he gets this Raven across here, he's just going to be able to pick off these Widow Mines one by one, which I obviously do not want. Gonna move this one a little closer over there. I'll move this one to the left side. I really want to start covering his ramps a little bit with my Widow Mines, otherwise I'm never gonna have enough. Oh, okay, looks like we're gonna be playing against a drop. I'm going to put my Widow Mines here. It's actually pretty hard to decide where you want to put the Widow Mines. This Reaper is going to do a little bit of... This was such a random late Reaper that he actually had nothing in position, which is funny. Didn't really expect that to happen, but quite nice. Let's see, might be... Oh, he's going to go for a drop right away. I'll just drop an auto turret instantly then. It's going to be... I can't believe he's dropping on top of the auto turret. Like, I know cyclones are good, but you want to be careful with that a little bit, my friend. Now maybe... Oh, wait. Check this out. He could drop me on this side, so now I'm going to put these Widow Mines over here. I'll put one Marine in this bunker only, just so it's actually manned. And then let's see. I already have the front of his base pretty much covered. The only thing about putting two Widow Mines against a drop is that you do actually have to manually target fire them. Because Widow Mines don't naturally lock onto the same target, so that's a little bit of a downside there. Do I do anything with these Widow Mines? I think I'll just keep sending them across. Oh, no way. Guys. Oh, my God. That was close. I almost killed that. I can't believe he reacted to that in time. That, honestly, applause. That's pretty crazy. That's such a random Widow Mine in a random position. He actually checked it on time, which is, yeah, applause to him. That's fantastic. He would have lost that medevac, which is actually a big deal. Now let's get our third command center up. Just make sure I keep macroing. So far, the game admittedly feels a little better than it actually is because we've denied his attack so well. But keep in mind, our build always puts us behind, so... Typically, I like to do economic damage already, and we haven't yet. So that could be a little bit problematic later. But at least our strategy is still intact, so that is nice. Actually, I might as well wait for these Ravens, so I have 5. It's going to be a little bit bigger of a punch than just a couple like that. Widow Mine positions are looking pretty good. I kind of want to move these Widow Mines as well, but he does still have the medevac, right? So don't think I can really afford to move those yet. Oh, that's annoying. I'm going to have to kill that. Didn't actually realize that was a Banshee. That's going to cost me, well, yeah, a lot of production time on that one Raven, but also a lot of resources that I would have preferred not to waste. Sounds obvious, but, you know, it is what it is. Let's see, I got these Ravens coming across. This one is actually going to get a shot off on the Marines very nicely. That does mean he has a Raven, but that is very normal, of course, so that is nothing too surprising. Actually, how did he... What? Why did he just catch me there? That actually makes no sense to me. I'm actually surprised he's fighting me in an auto turret battle. He just lost a Raven there. He's also going to lose a tank over here, which is very nice. He's going to try to unsiege it. That is obviously not going to work. Going to drop another auto turret over here. And this was a very good trade for me. Now, he could be... Did he move across, actually, with those? It was like such a random position that he had with his army. Oh, wait, he has the watchtower. Of course he does, yeah. I completely forgot about that. He took the watchtower with... wait, did he actually somehow pass all of my Widow Mines on the map? Like, that's kind of... Wait, he's going to lose the Raven? Yo, he actually lost the Raven as well. Dude, this game has been freaking brutal for him. This Widow Mine shoot... Dude, this game, we're actually kind of popping off somehow. Are we actually that good at TVT now? Maybe I can get the medevac too? I am going to be able to get the medevac as well. Look at that. Now, this is not a planetary yet. So this is going to be the first real problem that we're going to run into, I believe. I'm going to get one Widow Mine over here. That one's barely not going to burrow in time, unfortunately. I don't have Matrix, but I have enough auto turrets to beat his army. I'm actually kind of surprised that he stuck around for that long. Let's see. I'm going to chase him down a little bit. I have a lot of auto turrets that I can drop. I just need to make sure I drop them all at once. That's the only thing I really have to think about at this point. Gonna try and get my units over here. I'm surprised he's still going with this. Like, he can't really... wait, oh, my Ravens are in the back. That's a little annoying. That Widow Mine could pop off. Yes, that's going to do so much damage. He's really trying to stim through harder. I mean, this planetary is just going to finish. What are you... It's about to finish, my friend. You're crazy. Oh, he lost every single... And now he's going to siege, and he's going to lose the tanks as well. Let me pull those SCVs back. He's going to lose those tanks now, too. Actually, a little bit of a mistake there with the micro. Oh, it's all the time. It's the Raven in the back that has the energy. He's going to lose the medevacs now as well. And there we go. All right, well, that was a... Dude, what the hell? Do you guys know why I said that? I was going to say this was a very messy ending. But apparently, even more so for my opponent. 2,000 minerals, 1,000 gas in the bank. Absolutely idled his entire production all this time. No eBay. He has 1 Marine producing. Well, he could have produced 4 Marines, 2 Marauders, a tank, 2 Vikings at a time, as well as probably double upgrade. So his micro completely fell apart. I do have to say, even if he if he macroed perfectly here, he still would have been in trouble because look at the SCV count. Like, I had a third base up already. This was very nice for me. Absolutely chaotic start to the day. Good warm up. Let's keep it going. Game number 2 is against another Terran player. Can't see the MMR. Playing on side Delta. Now, the last game, I guess I couldn't really tell what the impact of my build order actually was, right? Because I went for the 4 Marines first, but I mean, I guess we had enough units to kill the first Reaper, but besides that, don't think the impact was absolutely crazy. Well, another thing we could try is to maybe go for a reactor first, but then we would have to scout really early. Because if we don't scout early and the opponent's doing any kind of Reaper cheese, early Reaper attack, we're just dead. Like, that's the problem with reactor first, right? Like, you just... Yeah, there's not much you can do against the Reaper when you don't have a single unit, literally, right? I feel like there must be some variety of the build I did that might work even better. Like, the thing is, Marines are actually extremely bad against Reapers. Like, they are. Unless you can prevent them from actually fighting you in an open field. So, for example, on this map, this is a very small jump-off spot. The natural has a ramp. You would think that going for Marines is a viable choice here, right? But then in the last game, since I didn't scout at all, what kind of happened was that I didn't know when I needed to stop building Marines. So at some point, ideally, you make the reactor. If you think about it, the faster you make the reactor, the faster you actually have the units that you want, right? Like, it's not rocket science. So maybe if I SCV scout but do the same build with the Marines, then I can decide if I can make a reactor after 2 Marines already. You do need at least 2 Marines because 1 Marine loses to a Reaper. 3, I guess, doesn't really add too much in particular. So I feel like we're just going to see what my opponent does. If he goes for a reactor first, I can also make a reactor. If he doesn't go for a reactor first, I will have to make at least a second Marine. Just not quite sure how I decide whether I make extra Marines. Oh, he actually did go for... Okay, that's kind of funny. Reactor first is very rare in TvT, by the way. Like, I actually almost never see it, so that's kind of a funny coincidence that I even mentioned what I was going to do against that. Now, obviously, he can't escape because my base is walled in. That's... Oh, I actually didn't think I was going to kill that. I thought it was barely out of range, so I kind of wanted to get a mental dub on the board by closing it in his face instead of having it pre-closed, but that's not going to happen. Now, is there anything I'm going to be scared of? I think my opponent's very likely to go for a big Reaper Hellion attack. That is usually what you see when people go for reactor first. So I guess that means we're just going to have to make a lot of mines. My reactor is later than hit. This is actually pretty crazy what I'm doing here. I'm going to bank on the fact that these Widow Mines are going to finish in time. I'm going to put 2 Marines over here and then put 2 Widow Mines at the front. And we should actually be safe against pretty much anything that he can throw at us as long as the units actually do finish in time. Now, I do see one downside already with this build. And it's that by not making the Reaper, you make the factory faster, which sounds like an advantage. But in reality, if you start making factory units faster, you can't actually afford your command center that fast. So maybe that is something to think about that could potentially actually not be that great of a builder. I'm going to make a tech lab instead of that. I'm going to make 2 more Widow Mines. I was thinking about making an extra Marine for this, but I might as well just burrow a Widow Mine here as well. Now, it would be so much fun if he actually runs into my natural, what I'm expecting him to do, basically. Because then the Widow Mines are going to pop up so freaking hard, right? Like, that's going to be insane. Guess I'll go for more Marines now. 1 Widow Mine here, 1 on the natural. Seems like a decent split there. Gonna go for another couple Widow Mines. Like, I still don't have any info whatsoever. Like, this is so freaking scary. I think my next unit is probably going to be a Reaper here. Or a Raven and then a Reaper, I suppose. Oh, I didn't hotkey the starport. I was wondering why I was being so awkward there. So I'll get the Raven up. Then I'll make a Reaper after. The late game Reaper, or not the late game Reaper, the late... Yeah. Okay, we just... Yeah, it wasn't actually that much. It was... Yeah, I got 2 kills on the Widow Mine, so I guess I killed 2 Hellions, because... I mean, it's probably Reapers, but it sounded like car. Not me. Who put those there? Okay, you're good. You're good for now. I actually forgot what I was talking about because of those explosions. I was actually kind of caught off guard by that. But I wanted to say the delayed Reaper, not the late game Reaper, actually did a lot of work in the last game because his army just wasn't at home at all. Like, why would you keep your army at home if there's no Reaper anything at all to scare you, right? Now, this is an important move. We're going to move the Widow Mines across the map as soon as we know that we can. Gonna put 2 Widow Mines up here. The next 2 are gonna be... Actually, I'll move these here right now, because he's probably not gonna go at the front again. Do I need the 4th gas yet? Maybe. Not 100% sure if I do. Now, he might not expect these Widow Mines to be here. Sounds a little crazy. Oh, he did actually keep Marines there anyway. Let's see. He's making extra barracks. He doesn't have a starport yet, unless it's proxied. He does have a factory on a reactor. Let's see. He has a freaking wall. Oh no, guys, we are dead. Yeah, this is going to be a very disappointing game, I think. Unless it's just one. No, it is just one starport. Like, realistically, battle cruisers can't be counted by my composition. That's what I really don't want this to be super anticlimactic, but realistically, I have no counter to battle cruisers. Like, I literally do not. Now, at least it is just one starport, I believe. So that is one thing that could be good for us here. I guess I'll just drop another auto turret for now. Otherwise, yeah, this is going to be a tough one. If I win this game, I will proclaim myself the GOAT of StarCraft 2, by the way. Even if many of you might not agree, I will proclaim myself that, because this should be an absolutely unwinnable position here. I mean, he's not paying attention for now. Sadly, that Widowmine is not going... Oh, I thought I burrowed one, but apparently I didn't. It's almost dead, but I don't have anything that can actually shoot that in my composition, unfortunately. They're also super good against Widowmines, by the way, so that is one thing. Now, I could hope that he attacks or flies into one of these Widowmines at some point. That is pretty much all I can do. There's a Widowmine over there. I guess I'll have to move these a little bit closer over here. I still have 70 supply, which is really not so bad. There's one Widowmine hidden over there. Okay, I think it's gonna... Yes, we're actually gonna kill the VC. All right, let's go. That is massive. Now, I do have to finish this turret, get one turret over here as well. And even though we don't have a third, we survived the first BC, which is actually really, really good. Like, this is literally the hardest counter of any of my challenges that's even possible. I've said it many times in a lot of my challenges, BCs. Yeah, I mean, there's just nothing I can do, right? But here, we killed the first BC because he missed one of those Widow Mines. We did obviously get very far behind from that. Now, it is possible, by the way. It is definitely possible that he didn't make an... Guys? Okay. That was a one-base battle cruiser? Oh, that's the Widow Mine that's gonna hit. That's very nice. That's an accidental sensor tower. Shout out to him for denying that, because I didn't want that. He's getting into the third fire now. He's getting surrounded by Widow Mines right now. He's gonna get hit by another one. That Widow Mine is gonna shoot. I'm gonna have 2 auto turrets here that are gonna shoot the BC. And I think we're actually gonna kill the battle cruiser. Guys, no way. We're in a winning position. What the hell? I thought this game was completely over, to be honest. But then it turns out he actually went for a freaking 1-base BC. So he didn't have 3 CCs like I thought. He does have 3 barracks already with Stim, so he probably has a decent amount of Marines and stuff. But he lost 2 battle cruisers, guys. Like, the thing with battle cruisers, I cannot kill them. Or I shouldn't be able to kill them. Correction. So he should always have mass BCs up forever. And there should be nothing I can actually do about it. Now, these Widow Mines might actually pop the frick off, by the way. He's getting a little close to this Widow Mine. That Widow Mine is going to pop off so hard. My auditors are going to kill his entire army. He's going to lose the Cyclone as well. And now I guess we have enough to get interference matrix. And we have survived the least possible build to survive in any of my challenges this entire year, probably. This was going to be the hardest counter ever. But he lost both battle cruisers. I still wouldn't be able to do anything against them, but he lost both of them. The second one, I can't blame him as much. The first one, he really shouldn't have lost. And we just escaped probably a very hefty MMR loss. I think my opponent was around 4k MMR. This would have been a minus 50. I was getting very scared already, but we survived. Let's go to the final game. The final game. Oh, we are playing against Exceed, an absolute favorite on the channel. Most of you probably already know who he is, but this is going to be a good one. Mr. AFK himself. Let's see if we can beat him again and make it 3 for 3. That would be absolutely beautiful. Now, let's see. I actually really want to go for the factory build that I don't know. I think it was 2 episodes ago, right? The factory build that I did, where I went for Widow Mines plus a Marine Bunker Rush at the front. I actually really did like that build order. On this map, it's also quite possible. I'm just going to have to mine out one of these patches in the middle, which should be fine. I think I'm going to send this one out. Probably should make my gas a little earlier than normal. It's almost like a semi-gas first. If you do a real gas first, I would have made it right away as I had the money. Now I made it like 60 minerals later or something because I had the extra SCV queued already, but that's fine. Wait, are these... Oh, that's actually kind of annoying. He scouted ridiculously early, and now he saw my SCV. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Do I really care? I don't know. I'm gonna build a factory over here. You might not see it coming anyway. Now, I do have... No, actually, I did this... Yeah, I did this on 1 gas last time, and I really liked it. I remember that. Now, he's gonna steal one of my gases that doesn't really do anything, to be honest, but... Yeah, I guess it is a move. I wonder... Wait, the last time he did a proxy gate. I remember that. Yeah, he did actually do a proxy gate. I thought I was crazy, but he did kind of switch it up. So we beat him the first time with Mass Ravens on Ghost River. He went AFK, got angry, rage quit. Of course he did. Second game, he went for a proxy gate, and then he tried to blind counter the Mind Drops ultra hard by going for Phoenix Cannon. Like, literally, he made cannons in every mineral line with Phoenixes. And the reason why we won that game is because he was just so absurdly safe that my eco was actually better than his, which is really not supposed to be the case. Now, what sucks for me is that he saw this SCV, and he also knows it never arrived at his base, so that could be a reason for him to, scout here, or maybe scout the edge of his... That would be even worse, actually. I feel like if he scouts over here but doesn't kill the SCV, it's still going to be a little scary for him. But if he checks the corner of his base, then he's just going to be able to deny the Widow Mines from the inside of his base, which I really don't want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill this one gas. And then I'm going to go across with these Marines and try to bunker rush him at the same time. We've played this strategy before while being scouted, and it actually was still pretty good. So let's see. That is, I believe, a slightly nade nexus. It's also not too crazy, to be honest, but it's definitely a slightly nade nexus. I'm going to make a reactor after this already, because I can only fit 4 Marines in a bunker anyway, so I don't really have to think about it that much. I'm going to get the second thing up already. I think I'm just going to keep building it. Like, the SCV here is going to die anyway. I just wanted to build as far as possible. He went for a fast blink, looks like. I'm going to try burrow this in his mineral line. He's not paying attention so far. That is going to hurt him a lot, guys. Here we go. That's the first Widow Mine hit. Instant 4 kills. And this time he doesn't AFK. Applause, guys. Let's all clap for Exceed. He doesn't AFK this time. He just leaves when he loses 4 workers. Now, that is an absolutely massive improvement in his behavior. It was definitely a big step back in terms of game quality. So that is something that we can discuss about. Actually, I feel like he's... Oh my goodness, this is bad. Guys, his mental is absolutely shot to freaking pieces. You guys realize what he did? This guy never made a pylon. Look at his supply. He can't make probes. He makes a gateway unit, a twilight, and a gas before the pylon. I was wondering why his gateway unit was so late. Well, he was supply blocked all this time. He couldn't make probes. He also had just a very similar amount of probes to me. He was down in Yeah, this guy's mental is just absolutely boomed. So instead of going AFK, this time he just leaves. I guess a very funny end to this episode. Wasn't actually a fantastic game, but I still think this build is really, really cool. I'm going to keep doing this because it's awesome. And obviously, if we can mine a little salt with that now and then, that's going to be great as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We had 3 pretty short games, especially for Raven Mine standards, but I still had a good time. If you enjoyed it as well, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and see y'all for the next one. Adios.